Assalamu alaikum. Dear student, I am Muhammad Qasim Khan from Department of Computer Science. Today we will study the fourth unit of our course, Information Security. In this unit we will study the security, communication and countermeasures. Let's start our today lectures. Communication, security and vulnerability countermeasures. As we discussed earlier, that an information security is the topic which secure the overall information systems. Communication security is designed to detect, prevent and correct data transportation errors, integrity protections, to ensure the security of network while supporting the need to exchange and share data over a communication channel. Communication security covers a wide range of issues related to transportation of electronic information communication. Transportation may be between systems on opposite side of the planet or between systems on the same business network. Data become vulnerable to plenty of threats to its confidentiality, integrity and availability. Once it is evolved and any mean of transportation. Threat can be reduced or eliminated with appropriate countermeasures. First of all, we use the virtual private network, VPN. VPN is the initial and most secure way of communication or intermediary network. Simply a communication tunnel that provides point-to-point transportation of both authentication and data traffic over an intermediary network. We called it Internet. Use encryption to protect the encapsulated traffic over Internet. Associated with establishing secure communication pathway through the Internet between distinct networks. Exist anywhere including within private network or between end user system connected to Internet service providers. Provide confidentiality and integrity over insecure and untrusted intermediary network. Virtual private network do not provide guarantee availability. Tunneling. Tunneling is another technique used for secure communication. Network communication process that protect the content of protocol packets by encapsulating the transmission or encapsulating the packet of entire protocol. Encapsulation is what creates the logical illusion of communication tunnel over the untrusted intermediary network. Path exists between the encapsulation and the de-encapsulation entities located at the end of the communication. For example, we have sending a letter to home involves the use of tunneling system. You create a personal letter. The primary content protocol packet and place it in an envelope. The tunneling protocol. The envelope is delivered through the postal service, the untrusted intermediary network, to its intended recipient. Why we use tunneling in communication or data transmission, transportation? When bypassing firewalls, gateways, proxies, and other traffic control devices like IDS and penetration testing. Bypassing is achieved by encapsulating the restricted content inside packet that are authorized for transmission by the information system management. Prevent the traffic control devices from blocking or dropping the communication because such devices do not know what the packet contain inside. To encapsulate or to enable communication between otherwise disconnected systems. When we use tunneling, it provides subspecific terminology and technology used. Tunneling can be used if the primary protocol is not routable and to keep the total number of protocols supported on the network to a minimum. Tunneling can provide a mean to transport sensitive data across untrusted intermediate network without fear of losing confidentiality and integrity. If we see the packet, normal packet of IPv4 protocol, then it contain IP header, TCP and data. And if we use a tunneling, then a tunneling use authentication header to that packet and encapsulate that packet during the transmission. There are some shortcomings of tunneling techniques or tunneling technologies. All protocols include their own error detection, error handling and acknowledgement, and also session management features. Tunneling creates either larger packet or more numerous packet that in turn consume additional network bandwidth by adding its own header and tail to encapsulate the packet. Quickly saturate a network if sufficient bandwidth is not available to transmission. Point-to-point communication mechanism and is not designed to handle broadcast communication. VPN functioning link can be established over any other network communication connection. This includes a typical local area network cable connection, a wireless local area connection, a remote access dial-up connection, a wide area network link, or even a client using an internet connection for access to an office local area network. VPN links act just like a typical direct local area network cable connection. The only possible differences would be speed based on the intermediate network and on the connection type between the client system and the server system. Over a VPN link, a client can perform exact same activities and access the same resources they could if they were directly connected via a LAN cable. VPN can be used to connect two individual systems or two entire networks over a distance. Transmitted data is protected only while it is within a VPN tunnel. Remote access servers or firewalls on the network border act as the start point and end point of VPN. Traffic is unprotected within the source local area network, protected between the border VPN servers, and then unprotected again once it reaches the destination local area network. VPN link through the internet for connecting a distinct network are often inexpensive alternatives to direct link or leased lines. The cost of two high-speed internet links to local internet service provider to support a VPN is often significantly less than the cost of any other connection mean available. Implementing VPN, we have to study some protocols that are used for VPN. VPN can be implemented using software and hardware solution as well. There are four common VPN protocols: point-to-point tunneling protocols, layer 2 forwarding protocols, layer 2 tunneling protocols, and internet protocol security. Where The three protocols like PPTP and L2F and also L2TP operate at a data link layer of OSI model layer 2. PPTP and IPsec are limited for use on IP networks, where L2F and L2TP protocols can be used to encapsulate any local area network protocol. Point-to-point tunneling protocol as an encapsulation protocol developed for the dial-up protocol point-to-point protocol. PPTP create a point-to-point tunnel between two systems and encapsulate PPV protocol packets. Like in this picture, we have a system host system and another system host on the other side of the network. Within these two systems, we use an internet. For internet, we use a tunneling VPN. Then the system sending our data to the other side destination use the tunnel at the border. After the border, it becomes normal traffic. Same is used in tunneling as well. Another protection technique or network address resolution or translation. Hiding the identity of internal clients systems, masking the design of your private network, keeping public IP address leasing cost to minimum as made simple through the use of network address translation. Mechanism for converting the internal IP addresses found in packet header into public IP addresses for transmission over the public network, private network or public network, we call it internet. Network address translation offer numerous benefits such as being able to connect an entire network to internet using a only single or just few leased public IP addresses. Net allow you to use the private IP addresses defined in reference for comments document 1918 and a private network while still being able to communicate with the internet. Net provide a network by hiding the IP addresses scheme and network topography or topology from the internet. Provide protection by restricting connections so that only connections originating from the internal protected network are allowed back into the network from the internet. Most intrusion attacks are automatically repelled by net. It can found a number of hardware devices and software product including firewall, routers, gateways and proxies. It can only be used on IP network and operate at the network layer of OSI model or layer number 3. Private IP addresses. Roughly 4 billion addresses available in IPv4, Internet Protocol version 4. The world has simply deployed more devices using IP than there are unique IP addresses available. Fortunately, the early designer of the Internet and the TCP/IP protocol had good foresight and put aside a few blocks of addresses for private unrestricted use. Those IP addresses, commonly called the private IP addresses and defined in a reference for comment document 1918. These are as follows. Class A start from 1 up to 128 and class B start from 128 to 192 and class C start from 192 to 223 and class D 224 to 239. and the remaining class E is 242 to 225 of the IPv4 address. Thank you for your attention. This concludes our first part of our Unit 4, and the next lecture we will study the next part of this unit. Allah Hafiz.